There's going to be a lot of cuts made in the next 4 hours. They've been talking about it all over the internet. However, 1,500 people will lose their jobs. There's a lot of people that potentially have played their last competitive football snap, whether it be in the preseason or in a practice in a training camp. They made it to the NFL, but they just weren't able to make a roster. You hear Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson say, "I'm the number 54."
Mm-hmm. That's right.
53 guys on a roster. Right. I was always told I'm number 54. Sorry, Dwayne, but we just don't have a spot for you. That is the story he tells. That is the story that motivated him so much that even after he became a billionaire, he wanted to start a professional fucking league for other people that are like him to hopefully find another chance to get into the prize that is the National Football League. Now, I will say this, although it is a sad day. In reality, slap some motherfuckers right in the face today.
Yep.
For the first time in their entire beings, people are being told that you are not good enough to make this football team. Because whenever they were little kids, they were running all over the yard.
Yep.
When they were in high school, they were dominant. When they were in college, they were the best players on their college football teams. Then they get to a training camp, and it's everybody that has been like that.
Ooh.
And for the first time, they have to be told terrible news. You're not good enough.
What?
Sorry about it. It is sad. I do feel for all of them. I saw a tweet last night from Justin Pugh that said, "Hey, boys, listen, this NFL rub that you currently have is going to wear off in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it. Call around to different businesses. Try to get in some meetings. Do some job shadows. Try to shake hands with CEOs. Try to let football help you one last time as you transition into real life." And obviously, there'll be guys that go to other teams, and there'll be guys that go to other leagues and get other opportunities. It's not the end of the road for all of these guys. There's been plenty of guys that have been cut after a training camp and maybe didn't find a team for a few months and get back in the league and have great careers. So I'm pulling for those dudes. But for a lot of guys, it's over.
Yep.
And although it is sad, it is one of the last great meritocracies, professional sports, where if you ain't worth a fuck, you're not just going to be able to get by. We've got an opportunity, obviously, to see behind closed doors in a lot of different companies, a lot of different businesses.
Sure.
And there's a lot of professions where if you just get in the door, you're good.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a union-based operation, if you just get a job, whether it's through nepotism or a handshake or a test score or one good interview, and you just get by, you can have an entire career for that. 30 years, there'll be other people that are more qualified than you are for the job that you have. But for some reason, you got in the door when you did, and you just take advantage and take that job forever. And then whenever a firing comes or a layoff comes 20 years down the road, what happened? What happened? Well, you did nothing. You stunk at your job. You were lucky to be there. The NFL and professional sports aren't like that. Now, granted, if there's a big-time trade or a high draft pick, you'll be given a year or two. Year 3, maybe, okay? You'll be given an opportunity. That's not a lot of people, though. That is just certain people on certain teams that get that. If you suck, you ain't getting their money. You do not have a job here. See you later. It is actually a pretty beautiful thing if you think about it. And the reason why the NFL is the way it is, it's because it's the best of the best. We don't care where you come from.
What?
We don't care what your religion is. We don't care how tall you are, how small you are, how fat you are. If you can play, you have a job here. You can earn your living through an incredible talent, an incredible work ethic, and an incredible humility, knowing that it can end at any given moment because somebody who's younger, cheaper, and maybe better than you wants your job. And in the NFL and in professional sports, they can fucking get it. There isn't just a bunch of layers in between and go do it. So although today is sad for a lot of people, I think it's also a beautiful thing, showcasing that there's only a certain amount of people that are allowed to be in the NFL. There's only a certain amount of people that are able to reach the pinnacle of professional football. That's why it's special. That's why it's beautiful. And although it sucks, I do believe it's the reason why the NFL is the way it is. And it was an honor to make a team 8 times. I think 14-year NFL vet Adam Pac-Man Jones would say the same exact thing. And I think all the guys that make these rosters, we should celebrate the hell out of. Because it is not easy to get to this point. And if you end up making a roster and making a living playing a kid's game, you should be incredibly proud of yourself. Your family should be proud. Your youth football organization should be proud. Your community should be proud. So today is a great day as long as it's a sad one, and I fucking love everything about it. So good luck to everybody trying to make a team today. Having to tell these people that your dreams are probably over, and if I were you, I would think about doing this or trying this. Not a fun day at all for these general managers, but it's the price you pay. Heavy is the head, Connor.
Yeah, what stinks even more, I think you've brought this up before, just being in the cafeteria. Like, if you are that 53 and then you have a couple hours where it's like, holy shit, I'm in the NFL, and then you get a call from Chris Ballard a few hours later that says, hey, this guy was released by the Packers, so we're going to bring him in, and actually you didn't make the team. Sorry. You are also getting cut.
Yeah, it's a fluid 53 here for like the next week and a half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 2
Very
weeks.
much so. Nightmare.
You're praying that you're really the real 54th guy. That means you can probably slide in somewhere else. But it's hard, man. It's hard to get in the circle. Only 1% of the world get to play this game. It ain't like everybody get to be a brain surgeon. Like this, it's hard.
That's a very
true.
Hey, that's a very good call. Yeah, I guess medicine would be another meritocracy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well-
in surgery.
Depending on what college you went to.
Well, surgery.
Okay.
Surgery, though, I think, especially the brain and the heart.
Yeah.
I feel like that
Hopefully.
is you got,
Has to be.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I mean, who knows what the world we're in, though? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I assume that there's some sort of, I could probably go to some brain surgeon that's just like, this guy sucks, but.
Yeah, but you got a bunch of people start dying on a guy's watch. It's like, hey, guess what? You're not operating on brains or hearts anymore.
Yeah, you're right. So it is meritocracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good news. So medicine, professional sports. What else is a true
I mean, you could throw in wrestling.
Skydiving.
professional wrestling?
Yeah.
I think
Rocky
so.
Mountain climb.
Yes. Yeah. Skydiving, Rocky Mountain climbing. You fuck up there, you're dead.
Bull riding.
Bull riding on.
Yes, bull ride. That's professional sports, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like skydiving and mountain
Base
climbing.
jumping.
That's sport. That cheese chase
Oh, yeah, the cheese
Yeah.
wheel. Yep.
Cheese
where they're
wheel.
running down that hill.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
meritocracy. That's going to sort some shit out quick.
Absolutely.
Alcoholism.
Submarine building.
All right.
Just don't go down there.
Okay. You both.
Just throwing stuff out there.
We're trying to actually do something here. You know,
Yeah.
we're trying to point out
Just
things in
saying.
society that we
Yeah.
can have hope in.
Oh.
That we can say, hey, you know what? Little kid, if you believe in yourself and you work and get great at something, here's a profession where nothing can stand in your way. I guess music, snow, a lot of people
No.
stand in a
Yeah,
lot of
no,
ways.
yeah.
Oh my God, how many great voices are out in Nashville?
definitely not.
That nobody,
many.
definitely not. That's
Astronauts.
super. Okay.
Yeah.
Well said.
Magicians.
Unless the director likes you.
I don't know. We've seen
you
some of
could-
these magicians.
You could throw him. Yeah, but I mean.
Whoa, Nick, I heard that.
Yeah, so
What'd he
did
say?
I'd like
I
to
didn't wanna
act like
get it.
he just didn't say it.
Yeah, he did say it though.
Son of a
I think
bitch.
Magic the Cream does rise to the top.
Yeah, like Michael Griffin. I mean, he's not doing what.
Well, it's not his
top-
name, first and foremost. It's Michael Malone.
It's not Michael Malone.
Yeah, it is the great American escape hero.
Thank you.
Michael Malone,
Exactly.
not the head coach of the Denver Nuggets, the world champions.
Yes, thank you.
The world champions.
Thank you.
This is also a great day for other people that are experiencing their lifelong dream, and also a team coming together for the first time this year where it's really like, this is us. We aren't this. We are this now. It's a beautiful day as well, AJ. And I think professional sports being a true meritocracy kind of brings it all together. And today's like, today have to happen. And bummer, but also awesome. I'm kind of torn here on this you suck at football, you can't make our team Tuesday.
Well, that's what sucks about it is it's such a great opportunity for the people that do realize their dream and make a team. Like, unfortunately, there has to be the downside that so many people do get cut, and some of them might never play football again. Like, it's pretty grim when you think about that. Like, today is the day that happens to a lot of people, but it's also awesome opportunities for the other guys too. So once you go back and you have that first day of practice when it's the full cut down has already happened, it feels like nobody's left. It feels like you have 10 players on the team when you show up to practice and realize that we don't have 90 guys out here running around.
Feels quiet, feels quiet, feels small, because for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, even into like week 2, week 3, they're still piecing together what that roster is going to be. So you can be at lunch, you made the team, go to a team or another meeting after lunch, and you're not in the NFL.
Get out.
See ya. Sorry about it. Take a hike. You were good in college, great in college, got to an NFL
Yes.
camp. You should be proud of yourself.
Unbelievable.
You should be proud of yourself. High school, you were remarkable. Growing up, you were great. You had a great football life. Well, that being said, there's like 39-year-olds that'll be able to run a 4.51 in this. You know what I mean? So it's not cut out for everybody, but that's why the NFL is absolutely great. Have you ever been released? No, you just got,
Yes, I have. I've been released before.
what happened? They just came in and said you weren't, that's the first time you ever heard you weren't good enough, right?
Well, it wasn't really I wasn't good enough. I got released because I had some more shit going on. I've never got released because of my play.
Oh, they're saying it's for what happens. Oh, got it. Yeah. Hey, can't have you, dude. Just
Yeah, sorry.
you know what's going on.
You get it.
Good
Well,
run,
going in,
Adam.
you knew that was going to happen, though. Expected it. Self-aware enough.
Yeah.
Okay. AJ, you ever get released?
Yeah, many times.
What?
What's that like?
Green Bay, Cincy, and then Atlanta. So yeah, everywhere I went.
Okay, so the first time it happened, first time in your life, obviously Centerville, he had I think he had 300 yards rushing and 30 tackles in the same game.
Yeah.
And then he goes
He had 38 tackles in a different game too.
two times, I think.
Twice, yep,
he had
yep.
that. So you're talking about
Yeah.
one of the greatest high school football players ever.
Ever.
Then he goes to Ohio State, wins a national championship.
Yeah.
Number 5 overall pick.
Whoa. Almost Heisman.
Almost a high 6th in the Heisman voting.
He was like a 3-time first-team All-American.
Becomes the all-time leading tackler for one of the oldest teams in history.
Yeah.
And then you're literally told hey, we don't want you. I don't want to visit terrible things, but that's kind of what today is.
It's good. It's all part. It's what makes everything even better. Like the fact that you've gone through things like that, it makes everything better. I believe. I'm glad that I was able to feel. I was glad I was able to experience two other organizations as well, because I love everything about Green Bay. But I also loved Cincinnati. I loved Atlanta. I really did.
Okay, so that was a little bit of the silver lining. Is all right, I get to see what happens in other places.
Yeah.
But that moment of that's the first time you've ever been told your football is not good enough for here, right?
No, that's definitely not. I haven't been cut before, I guess, but I've definitely been benched, been taken out, been said, yeah, it's not good enough. So it wasn't my first time, but I also was always realistic. From the day I was drafted, hey, I felt like I was getting cut, or I could fall down the stairs and break my leg and I'd be done for life. I was always knew, hey, there's a thin line. It's not this thing is fragile. You got to take care of it. You got to figure it out.
You're a hilarious human being. That is probably how he acted.
Yeah, it's absurd.
You know what I mean? That's why he wanted to sign his contract after working out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Wait,
No, it's because my contract wasn't done until my workout group was done. So then they said, okay, you can come sign.
What is it? A sign X? A sign X? Is this my deal? I gotta get back to do some tries. You were just second barbarian, ain't he?
Oh, yeah.
They got benched against the Eagles.
Yeah, because he wasn't fast enough for Michael Vick.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah, very.
I agree. Nobody was fast enough for him,
No.
but you certainly were. Not on that roster.
Definitely not.